Hi everyone, this is k.batali. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to review slash try the Hyde Cosmetics. I'm not sure if you've seen the commercials on Instagram. It is this brand that is supposed to be perfect for hiding any imperfection. I figured today, since I have these hyperpigmentation just popping out, I will try this product and see what kind of coverage I can get with it. Stay tuned. First thing first, I always prime my face with my favorite serum, which is the Forever Young serum from Safia. It is a hydrating and tightening moisturizer that I like to use as a part of my skincare regimen, as well as my makeup prep. I'm just gonna part my hair real quick. Rub this in my hand, and as I always say, just press it in. I try not to rub too much or tug too much into my skin, on my skin. Hydrating your skin and getting a good skincare regimen prior to applying any makeup is very essential, not only for skincare but also for the long wear of your makeup. Go. Also, a good primer, a good moisturizer can really be a good option in case you don't want to use a primer. Since this is my first time using this product, I'm not quite sure how my skin is going to react to it. Just to be on the safe side, I'm going to add an additional layer of protection. This way there is my skin, the serum I just applied, and a primer just to protect my skin, so less product seeping into my pores. So this way, in case I have a reaction, I'm not dealing with a breakout over the holiday. Who wants that? For my primer today, I'm going to use the Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Primer. I like it because it's mattifying and it's quite, I wouldn't say thick per se, but it gives you a nice, I feel like it gives a nice sealant and protects. Just gonna go ahead and get some on my eyelids here, also for my eyeshadow later. Just press that into my skin. And I use the palms of my hand just to get the most coverage. Let that sit in here for a second. Okay, according to this, this is a medium to full coverage foundation, invisible, oil-free. For the foundation, I chose the color Truffle. According to the skin foundation match that they had, this was the color that was recommended for me. Again, as always, I place the product on my tray or the back of my hand. I just use the tray for today. I'm gonna go ahead and use a flat brush, and I think I'm gonna start with this side since I have these hyperpigmentation spots just begging to be covered. And let's see. Okay, I feel like this is more of a full coverage. I know it says medium to full, but I didn't take a lot of product. I literally just had some, as you can see in the dark spot of the brush. That's the where the product got picked up, and I am impressed. I'm impressed. Okay, I'm just gonna add a little bit over this dark two spots here. And it is a perfect match. I am quite happy at the moment. This is a perfect match to my complexion. I really can't even, oh wow. Well, that's impressive. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and complete the other side of my face. Oh wow. This is not a sponsored video, so if honestly this is my first reaction, and I am happy and quite shocked. Guys, this, I have not had a foundation that just literally made me wonder where I placed it. If I didn't have hyperpigmentation, I wouldn't have really honestly known where the product has been placed on my skin. I need a moment. I think I just found a favorite. I honestly think I just found a favorite. Well, I'll be darned. Okay, I'm gonna calm down and I'm gonna finish applying the foundation that I left, and it wasn't a lot on my tray. I should have showed you the amount first, but it was not a lot that I put on there, and it covered my full face and parts of my neck, which quite impressive. Okay, all right, hide. You did hide some stuff. Okay, for the concealer, I'm going to use also a concealer from the Hyde company. This is in the color Espresso. If you watch my very first video, I mentioned whenever I pick concealers, I only go a shade or maybe two at the most lighter than my complexion. I don't like going too light. This way my makeup ends up looking just as natural as possible, and there's like smooth transition. I'm not very bright and light in the center area, and just kind of just create a depth and highlights to my skin without it being too exaggerated, if that makes sense. That's my personal preference. By all means, you know, you follow what works for you, or depending on the occasion, but this is what I like to do for myself. For concealer, same rule as always. I like using a brush to apply all of my products. I'm not a big fan of using sponges or using the applicators from the product directly into the skin. I used to do that, but then, you know, after a while, just with my skin being so sensitive, I'm not sure what I'm picking from my skin and putting back in a bottle, what is, you know, festering in there. So I just started using brushes to apply my product. For this, I'm going to also just use the tray, and that's just taking the product out and placing it on the tray. Because it's a concealer, I'm not going to be using a whole lot of it. My under eyes are naturally lighter than the rest of my face, so I don't tend to need a lot of concealer there, but or something that's too light in that area. I'm going to use this. It's supposed to be a brow brush, but I like it because it's flat. I'm going to use that to apply my concealer under my eyes, and I'm just going to dab in. Today I'm going to go in a little bit lower, just to cover this little skin fold. Not that I have a problem with it, but I'm just gonna try to cover that today, just for the heck of it. and just tap that out. As you can see, there's not a lot of difference between my concealer and my foundation, just a shade lighter. I'm going to take the rest of this product and apply it on my eyelids. I already used some of the primer from my face earlier and applied it to my eyelid. I'm going to add that on there just to act as a shadow base for my eyeshadow later on. Any harsh lines that might happen or come about as I apply my concealer and my contour later on, I can pick that up with a sponge and just smooth that out. But even with a brush, if you pat, you know, gently, you can, you know, erase the transition lines and just have a nice transition, smooth without any harsh lines. I'm gonna pick some of the concealer again, just go down the bridge of my nose to highlight, and some on my chin. And I just, for myself, I place the product right between my brows. I don't go any higher because I have a significant size forehead. I don't need to add any more product, as I've mentioned before. If this is your first time, anytime you add lighter color or concealer in the forehead, you bring that forward and you magnify that area. Same thing for the jawline. I just keep it way in the back here just to have a little bit of width for my face, but I'm gonna narrow that later on by using a contour and bringing my cheeks up by using a darker color. If you have a small forehead, you can afford to go up a little bit with the concealer, but for myself, I don't, so I'm just gonna keep it down here and be respectful and let the forehead be. There we go. For my contour, I'm going to be using the Cozzette in the color W8, and that is one of the darkest foundation sticks that I have found out there, and I absolutely love it. It's vegan, it's cream. Creams, when you're new to makeup, honestly, cream is your best friend. Professional makeup artists, cream are their best friends. When it comes to even celebrity makeup artists, they prefer cream, most of them, over anything else because it's just so easy to work with and it gives you that flawless skin-like makeup. Red carpet ready. Celebrities look like they're born with perfect skin. Cream. Foundation is the secret. So I'm just going to use this contour brush from Luxe. It's the 542 flat contour, and I'm gonna use the color that I picked up along my forehead here. I'm just going to apply and push that down into my forehead. I'm not going to go too low. I'm just going to leave it there for now, and then going to go back into the product and sculpt my cheeks and go around, get myself a little bit of a cheek lift here. And I'm going to go under my jaws, my jawline, just to create a little bit of sharp definition. Under my lip here for a little bit more definition. Alright. As for my nose, I don't contour my nose. I'm not a fan of contouring nose. I like the shape that it's in right now, unless it's a very special occasion that for whatever reason I decide to have that snatch look. Honestly, I'm not into a narrow appearing nose, for the lack of better terms. I think makeup should enhance your features and not conceal them or create a new face. When you go out, people should still be able to recognize you and just like you looking glam, but completely yourself, not just go somewhere and you're completely unrecognizable. Nobody knows who you are when you walk in a room. That's not a preference of mine. I'm using a smaller brush. I don't even have a number for this brush, but it's a very fluffy brush that I'm going to be using the color from the foundation stick here. And I don't go lower on my nose, on my bridge. I just kind of narrow this area here and work the product into my eyelid to create a deeper socket. I know I have hooded eyes, but this just defines them a little bit more, and again works as additional base to grip into any shadow palette that I might use later if I decide to, or if I'm just going for a very simple look. It gives me an illusion of an eyeshadow, but I don't. Just brush that in, make sure it's just blended. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and finish blending the contour, and always go upward. I'm not trying to go downward at all. Just pull my gray hairs back to be mindful, so that's why I don't get any on it and end up looking dirty and whatnot. Just making sure there's no separation here in my hairlines. There you go. And bring in the product under my chin a little bit further down. I'm gonna go back with the foundation brush, and I'm going to go in circular motion and buff the foundation and the contour line, just so it can be a nice soft transition. I think I'm going to forego a sponge today. Here we go. For my brows, I'm going to use the Lip Bar Exact Arch. It comes with a spoolie at one end and then the pencil on the other end. It's a very fine pencil. I'm going to put it against my forehead if you can see. There you go. I'm just going to fill in the end a little bit more and just gently brush the front, so this way it does not look so harsh. So as you can see, it's very dark in the end and just comes in a little bit lighter as I go into the center, and very, very light in the front of my brows. I'm going to go into the other side and do the same thing. Just start with gentle strokes that are closer together in the end to create that dark end look, and get very light and as I reach the front. And brush that up some more. With brows it can be a little bit tricky and frustrating sometimes, but as long as they look like sisters, You're good. They don't have to be twins. I promise you they don't. I remember back in the days, like, I would try to do brows and they didn't even look like they were cousins, but practice makes perfect. Don't give up. There we go. Look at my little mirror over here. Just gonna grab a few lines to the front. And there. I'm gonna go in with a flat brush from Showstopper. That's the number 4, and I'm going to pick some of the concealer again. Just put a dab on my my tray here. I don't need a lot. These flat brushes are perfect for eyebrows. They come with a group of, I believe, 6 brushes, and they're all just for brow specific or eye area makeup. And I like it because it's flat, it's very sharp, and it gives you the perfect line every time, even if you don't have steady hands. I'm gonna go get the other side. Just go really gentle and light, and just define my brows and pull the product down into my brow bone, and here in the front into the lid, just to clean it up a little bit. Do the same thing on both sides. Just pull it in. There you go. I'm gonna go in with the number 6 brush from Showstopper as well. It's a rounded brush. I'm just going to blend out this concealer a little bit more, so this way there's no harsh lines at the end or a weird transition going into my lid. There you go. For eyeshadow today, I'm going to use the SEWAA. I hope I'm saying it right. It's really pretty. It has some I don't know what happened to my voice. It has some flat matte colors and some shimmers. All right, I think I'm gonna start with the color Bravery, and that is a very light brown, or the lightest brown. There's 2 browns on here. I'm going to be using the Luxe brush number 205 and going to pick some of that color, and I'm gonna start with my crease right here and see how that looks. It's a beautiful brown. Always tap off the excess from your brush, so this way you don't end up with fallouts on your cheeks or under your eye. I'm gonna go on the other side and just go with the windshield wiper motion. And buff it out. It's a really pretty neutral color for a transition color. Next, I'm going to go in for the color Affluence and pick that up, and I'm just gonna put that in the corner right here. That is a very darker brown than the Bravery color that I picked earlier, and just going to work that in circular motion and buff it as I come out. other side and do the same thing. And just buff that out. Use my brush cleaner and take some of this product off my brush just to clean it up a little bit instead of reaching for another brush. And what I'm going to do is just buff the colors out just to have a nice soft transition, or fade out into my brow bone. There you go. Next I'm going to go in for the color Power, and for that I'm going to use my MAC 213 eyeshadow brush. And the color Power is a dark shimmery brown. Oh, so it looks like on the palette. I'm gonna dust off the excess, and I'm just gonna come in the center and apply that on here. I'm gonna take it all the way into the inner corner of my eye. Other side. I really love it. It's a very, it turned out to be more of a gold on my skin tone, but I absolutely love it. There's not a lot of fallouts with this palette, which I am happy with that. With hooded eyes, I used to be very afraid with packing in any color, because the minute I open my eyes, it's just going to disappear. Or so I thought. But after I got comfortable with taking the product up to right here, you see where my crease, my natural crease, I started enjoying seeing my eyeshadow a little bit more, and not worry about it being invisible, because it disappeared into my eyelid as soon as I opened my eyes up. Right, I'm gonna clean this brush again. Instead of reaching for another brush, really invest in a brush cleaner. These go for about $5. You can find them pretty much anywhere. I got mine from Amazon, but I've seen them at, like, I think at Ulta. I've seen at least a couple other places, drugstores. You can find them there. I'm gonna go back with the for the color Affluence and pick that dark color, and I'm going to bring that into that shimmer, and just so this way it can have a little bit of a transition. And as soon as you start going over the shimmer, what happens is it picks up some of the glitter, and it looks like it's just a darker than the Power color that I picked earlier, which is fine. Oh, nice. Today I'm going to do something different. I'm going to actually get a brighter color in the corners, the inner corners of my eyes, something that I really don't care for that much anymore. I used to do it. I used to love doing it, but I don't do that much anymore. And I'm gonna go with the color Wisdom. Pick the access again, just brighten this little corner right here. I'm not putting too much. I don't want it to pop up too much, but I just still want it to be or to look like it's a lighter transition from the darker gold to lighter gold. So and just work that in and up with the Stila brush number 4. I have tons of brushes, but for this channel's sake, for at least for a little while, if you're just starting to follow me, I want you to get into the comfort of, you don't need a whole bunch of brushes to do your makeup. Pick a few good ones. Some comes in sets, like Real Techniques. Some of them come in sets, or you can invest in like separate ones that can be your staples. This could work really great for the inner corner, and it's the same brush that I also like to use for my lower lash whenever I add on color there. So not a lot of brushes honestly needed to create any makeup look. It's just, you just have to get creative with what you have. Less is more. For my bottom lash today, I'm going to go with a reverse eyeliner. So I'm going to be using the Uma Beauty Come to America eyeliner. This is a private jet black color, and it's absolutely creamy and beautiful and dark. So I'm going to create a very dramatic under eye look, and this way it complements my top, and I wouldn't have to necessarily use a eyeliner for my top lash, and I could just, you know, slap on lashes and be great that way. This pencil comes with a little pencil sharpener at the other end of it, so it's really cute. So once you get a flat end, you can just go in with the pencil sharpener on one end and sharpen it and have a pointier end. But I don't need to do that today, so I'm going to go into my waterline right here. Today, because I'm creating this dramatic look under my eye, I'm going to go in my lash line itself, as well as my waterline. And I'm going to end up buffing that black out. And create a transition color. Other side. Again, starting with the hairline on my lash, bottom lash line, and then go back into the waterline. So I'm going to go back with the Stila brush. I'm going to clean it real quick. Here we go. And I'm going to buff that black out and just make it more softer and not too harsh. Basically fade out the harsh line underneath it. I'm not going to add any of the colors up top. I'm going to pick some of the black eyeshadow from the palette and just help darken that, and also set that cream pencil, because this cream is going to end up being very shiny, and we're not trying to do that because I already have shimmer on my top lash. Again, could go on the other side. Gonna buff that out. I'm going to drag it in a little bit into my corner, kind of creating that faux eyeliner. Hence it's called reverse eyeliner. because this is a very fine brush, you can drag that line with it and make it fine, or you can go back in with a flat brush and clean it up a little bit more if you choose to, or if you mess it up. So far we're doing good. Blush today, I'm going to be using the iconic London, and that is the Blaze Chaser Face Palette. There are no names on the palette itself, but I'm going to be using the berry color and this gold color for highlight. This berry color or blush color is really pretty. Hopefully it's not too bright. I'm going to use that on my outer cheek right here and take that up. And same right here. It has a little bit of shimmer to it, so I might not need a lot of highlighter later, so I'm gonna clean that real quick. And that same brush, honestly, I'm gonna go in with the highlighter and I'm gonna pick some of that color and dap my outer cheek right here, my nose, and right the bridge. You can just pinch your brush right here if you're trying to get an arrow, and I'm gonna pick some of that blush a little bit more, and I like that. Next, I'm going to use the Huda Beauty Legit Lashes for my mascara of choice today. And it has volume on one side, curl and length on the other side. You're gonna hear me every single video complain about my lack of lashes and how I can't find good mascaras. I think of all the makeup products, one thing that I use or buy the most of is mascaras, and that is because I like it. I don't have enough lashes, and very rare that I find product that does the trick for me. And when I do, I hold on to them for dear life. And I like product that can deliver even just a little bit. Just give me a little bit of delusion that I have some eyelashes. I like this one. I like the one from Laws of Nature Cosmetics, because these two just kind of make me feel good about myself. I'm gonna go in with the length and is it length? Sorry, with the curl and length side to curl up the lashes. And this brush is really cute. It's like a little curvy, and what it does, it just almost like hugs your lashes and just pulls them out for you, which is pretty cool. And then I kind of turn it and go for my bottom lashes again. And trying to bring those bottom ones out. Next, I'm going to go with my favorite setting powder, and that is the Cassette Essential Powder. I know I put on the blush, I know I put on highlighter. The one thing that's, I kind of like sometimes just do it intentionally just so I can show you. This brush moves no product, meaning all it's going to do is mattify and set your face. Set everything that you have on your face in place, whether it's highlighter, blush, foundation, concealer. It's just going to set everything and give you this high definition look without changing the colors or covering any of the colors that you have applied on your face. You can, I'm pretty sure if I even go over my eyeshadow, it's not going to change the eyeshadow color. But we're not going to try that. We're just going to mattify the face right here. And I'm just going around the shiny part. And even, like I said, you see? Everything is still in place. Everything is still intact. It did not even mattify my highlighter or made it disappear or less shiny or whatever I'm trying to say right now. And as you can see with the MAC 187 brush, all I'm doing is just honestly just tapping it in and not brushing or swirling too much. Just trying to set everything in place and just mattify it. Like I said, it does not change the colors of the contour, the highlight, or the blush. Nothing changes with this brush. I absolutely love it. If you don't have one, this is not a sponsored video. Let me say that before we go any further. But if you haven't tried it, because that Invisible Essential Finish pressed powder in the color Invisible is a must-have. I'm not sure what other invisible products are out there beside this and one that I use from Laws of Nature, which is a loose translucent powder, but those products are a lifesaver. If you're a makeup artist, you need one in your kit. This goes with every single complexion. You don't have to worry about having multiple setting powders for multiple complexion. Must have, must have, must have. And when it's time to take pictures, they come out flawless, high definition, and it's, if you're a photographer, it just saves your post production editing. It just makes life so much easier. If you go on my Instagram at k.batali, you'll see my pictures are really nice, and honestly, this is my secret: perfect pictures every single time. Again, this is not a paid sponsorship. This is a brand new channel. This is not a collab. It's not even, you know, I paid for this myself, but this product is really worth the hype. You need it in your kit. For lashes today, I'm going to be using Sophia Lash in the style Rosa. I've already prepped my lashes using the Duo Clear glue, and I'm going to use my applicator to apply the lash as close as possible to my line. And I grab a small magnifying mirror and I just kind of look down, and I go in kind of downward first, align that with my lash line starting from the center, and then work my way in the inner corner and the outer, and place it as such. There you go. There. And just with the applicator, I just pinch my real lashes along with the faux lash just to create a seamless transition or as seamless look as possible, so my lashes don't look heavy or look create a second layer underneath, and it just looks nice and cohesive. There you go. I'm gonna grab the second one, same thing, look down, start from the center and place the center in first. Oops. And and place it as such. Just grab my applicator again, pinch my natural lash along with the faux lash. There we go. And there you have it. I'm going to push this just a little bit. There we go. For lipstick today, I'm going to be using the Beauty Mark & Company in the color Cairo. Fun fact, I lived in Cairo for 3 years before moving to the US. And it is crowded and it's noisy, but it was fun. Yeah, I really love this color. I'm a fan of red, any kind of red. I love red lipstick. You can never go wrong with red lipstick. The right shade of red lipstick could just elevate your look. You don't even need eye makeup. Red lipstick all day, every day. So if you know any of other brands that has really nice red lipstick, matte color preferably for myself, leave it in the comments, please. Here we go. I'm going to be using the Antioxidant Setting Mist from Rosa Nature Cosmetics, made with a green tea extract. Smells so fresh. This is my final look. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Learn a thing or two with me today. Until next time, be good. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Leave me a comment below with any questions, any requests, and I'll be more than happy to oblige. Until next time, be good.